determined.
To be determined.
Coming up next, we got a new podcast coming up to be determined. Hope you guys enjoy. You know how shows always have that like thing?
Yeah.
So it's like, coming next on To Be Determined. It's like a little segment of all those things.
That was like a Nickelodeon thing, right?
Okay, not doing it.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Dan Snyder. You're watching Disney Channel. Let me see your feet, motherfuckers.
I didn't know
Disney Channel? No, that's Nickelodeon.
It's Dan Snyder, and I like feet on Nickelodeon.
How you guys doing? I'm Harvey Weinstein.
I'm pretty sure he liked women, not men.
Oh, this is nasty.
We'll start off with some gross topics.
Yeah, man.
I haven't seen you guys in like
For a while.
like 3 or 4 weeks.
Man, fuck you.
Do it again.
Fuck you.
Hey, when you guys left, we watched a very bad short film.
What?
It was
was it the one that you had started up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it about?
Something's wrong with the Johnsons.
What was it about?
I haven't looked that up.
We'll watch it after the podcast.
I don't want to.
Oh no, we're gonna watch it.
I'm down.
It's like 10 minutes.
Alright, I'm gonna drink your drink, Abel.
No, what the fuck?
Then,
I'm just
trash
curious.
over
This is
here.
a conversation.
You use the.
Abel, I'm curious. Do you want to
Maybe
be over
4-minute
here?
thoughts.
Do you want to be on the thing?
Yeah, you just,
No, go ahead. I was just curious.
Just give me 1 second.
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
just go over one.
Get your fucking butt.
Okay.
home, baby.
Yes, finally.
We're just.
Evidence really hit to the game instead of you, man.
To what?
I don't.
This.
Fuck.
You like were
Son of a
like your
bitch.
eyes were high. You're like,
I have a coworker that does that a lot.
damn, you.
When
like,
I die, make sure my hand's like this in the
And then what has to happen is like somebody has to be there to have your arm and just hit people as they walk by and notice it like
you suck. You suck. You should have your favorite grandkid do it.
Yeah.
Bobby, I choose you. Yes.
no, damn it.
Grandpa said I had to.
But he's got like a tiny voice, but he's
Yeah.
big.
Fuck you, mom. Granddad said I had to do this. God.
Shouldn't have made him a bodybuilder.
Shit.
He was just a
Pretty
big
much
fan
it
of
was
You
I
have
don't
it
know
on,
my
it's
phone
fine.
is so.
Case of emergencies.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's on vibrate, but I mean, like, it's not gonna
Oh
ring.
shit, is my phone on silent at least?
Hello.
Whatever, I don't care. Hi.
Hey. How's
back.
everybody?
Welcome to the debate between Hispanics and Black, commentated by.
The last person that should be moderating this. I'm just here to watch the fist fly. That's all I care about.
I mean, you took control over the country they owned, and then you brought us here. So
You
I mean,
actually
I
called
think
us
you
down
are-
just down too.
Yeah, you actually really did. You really like silenced the room with your whiteness.
It's true. If you look, actually, it was actually me. Kind of like if you remember the movie It. You know, like how you just see it, like, it's just,
white guy always
you just
just
see
like-
me, and I'm just always my face is like. Like that, the whole way
Let be known.
So yeah, this is I think gonna be the To Be Determined podcast forever
think so?
and always.
Forever and always?
Yep, I like that a lot,
Okay.
and it actually shows a little bit of cleverness without being too annoying.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks.
Proud of you, son.
I put a lot of work into that. My whole 20 minutes when I thought about it this morning while taking this shit.
You're looking at the video like,
I don't know what to do with this shit.
wait a minute. Oh, okay, the gas passed. All
I
right,
got
now
it. I
now
got
I can
it.
really think about
I got it.
It's like,
Hurry up, Andrew.
what's the
That's
least
too
amount
real.
of effort I can put into this? Let's figure it out when I get there. Done.
Boom.
No free thought needed.
He gets out of the car, looks at
Has
me,
been
and goes,
on everything.
give me 1 sec, and then he thinks.
At least you got your headphones back.
That's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How long have you had those?
Since like October.
October.
Since his little sister's birthday.
Oh shit.
That's a year in dog years.
Oh my god.
If you think about it.
Because you're a dog?
No, because like
No,
October,
he's a dog.
November, December.
I'm not a dog.
Versace.
I only do the 1 to 7. I don't go the other way, man. I don't.
No.
When you go into months, I don't.
That's like asking
That's like a month and
some woman how old her child is. 16 months.
Oh god, I hate that.
I hate it so much.
Every time
She's a year and 4 months.
I even have 3
My
or
son's
2 nieces and a nephew.
152
And my
months
brother,
years
when they
old.
do that, they're like, oh, they're 48 months. They're 2, nigga.
8 months is
How old is your
Once
kid?
you
It's
hit a
dead.
year, stop delineating
Yeah, it
months.
is
There's
4,
no
whatever.
point.
You know what I mean. I was making a joke, okay? I'm not doing math here. That's the whole point. I don't want to do math. You just proved my point. I'm not here to do math.
You can make it easy and be like infant, toddler, little motherfucker. And this is like the age. This is my little motherfucker. It's like the caterpillar to chrysalis and then butterfly.
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care
that's
about
it.
the months.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me see you around the door. Actually.
I have two nephews. I mean, they're both pretty old. Like but I find it funny.
How many months?
How many months?
3,005.
It's like
3,000.
150 months.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
the oldest one's 13,
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, that may be 105. It's like, man.
It's 12 times 13.
and then
Figure that out right now.
it's actually
We're not here to do math.
It's 136.
I want to do
It's
that.
136.
This is not the math
136,
podcast. This is
yeah.
not to do math.
All this is gonna be edited out because this is when we're just talking about.
It's
We are.
156.
I was off,
We are.
and then the
20
other one's
months
11,
off.
and like they just bother the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah,
kids.
cousins are
No, my
children
nephews.
are terrible.
My nephews.
Oh,
I'm like, but the
You hear that,
older
baby?
one,
We're not
he's-
having kids.
He's almost as tall as I am.
I'm just kidding.
No,
and
you-
he's
you're
like-
not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
He's lanky. He's
Pull
like,
up.
and you're like 17 feet tall.
exactly.
Damn, man.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I wanted to continue the story that I was going to tell earlier.
Oh, yes.
So I
Story
went
time.
to, and we're starting off with story time. I went to a concert with a friend of ours and some of his friends. I didn't know these people. And so I'll just start from the top then. So I get there a little late. They've already been there for a couple hours. And they had already had some drinks. They shared like a bottle of Jack or something like that. And
Axel's not here.
no. So one of them had not really drank before. What was his name again? I always forget.
His name is Boop.
Okay, thank you.
Nafis.
And so he had only a couple shots wasted. He was going up to everybody, especially me, because I'm the new guy. He doesn't know this guy, and he's like, I want you to do the best, man. You gotta do your best, man. Like, you're the best, man. And so he was doing that
That baby
like
shake
nonstop. And then at a certain point, we're like, we gotta get some water in this guy. He needs to calm down.
Okay.
So they take him away,
I'll take it.
and we get some water in him. The show starts at like 10, and at that point he was like not doing like good at all.
Yeah.
Drinks had got to him. He had not had any
Yeah,
food or anything.
right.
So he goes and like sits with somebody else. They're gone. I'm grooving out to the first.
Groove it up.
How, one more time? How,
Grooving out.
yeah, it's a little.
Chubby checkers.
Just do the twist.
That's why I stick to this one. In the club.
You're like,
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
girl.
And I can't even do this.
That's a Disney thing. I mean, a Nickelodeon thing. They
Is it?
Use it. I'll tell you after the story.
Okay.
It's also a Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's many fingers.
That's the
Yeah.
upgrade.
Yeah, you go from Disney.
Yeah, you go from this.
Well, I mean, they probably got it from
Then
Michael.
you got it. Yeah, but then you got to do pinky because pinky's a little harder. There's an upgrade of fingers.
I can't do the pinky.
You'll get there.
I can't
Look
do
up
the
pinky.
tutorials.
Do it at all.
When
What
in
the hell?
doubt,
Pinky, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
And so
I can lock my
uh,
I can't do that.
the first act is playing. I'm sitting there with Nelson, or not sitting. We're dancing with Nelson
Mandela?
Yeah, and he's got these glasses on that you can program to
Oh,
do
yeah,
whatever.
okay.
The douche glasses.
Douche glasses.
Yeah.
And so he's like super popular with everyone around him, especially this one chick who's like, "Oh my god, can I wear those?"
I heard.
And he goes like, "Yeah,
Yeah, of course you can wear my really expensive glasses.
No, yeah,
dude.
yeah, do it."
Take it. You're definitely not going to
Yeah.
break them.
Puss it on her
And
penis.
Yeah,
So he's
just,
like-
just take them off.
I got
do it. Stick it in the urethra.
Oh, continue. Please continue. Let's move past that.
like my brain registered that you picked that word out of your brain. Oh, my eye hurts.
You should do a song by Aretha Franklin.
Are you okay?
No, please continue. I want to
okay.
hear where this goes.
So this chick really wants his glasses, so she's like wearing them and also like grinding on him. She wants him and his glasses, but mostly his glasses. And so they're doing their thing.
And his dick
I'm
with
standing
the
here
glasses.
with a dude I don't know, just kind of like making small talk, listening to the music, and the other two guys are somewhere. when the like close to the end of the first act, which is an hour, by the way. Like this is an opener. This is an hour-long set, which is pretty nuts.
At 10.
At 10, there were so there are 2 openers and the actual artists you're there to see. Each had an hour-long show, and it was fucking 1 o'clock when this was done.
Wow.
And so. Anyway,
Can we talk about how old we just sound? Like, it was at 10.
It was
an hour. And they were
God, I have work in the morning.
Yeah, like 1 o'clock. Come on.
My pizza hit my bottom of Texas.
I was at a music festival the other day, and I was like, "Can we get out of here at like 12:30?" I'm like feeling real tired.
Yeah. Like, I was just listening to it, and I was like, "Man, we sound old." Because I heard it, but I also agreed wholeheartedly. I was like, "Yeah, that's late and
That's too
long."
late.
No.
Times are gone. I'm only 25. This is not.
I'm only 21, and that's late for me.
Yeah,
because I go to work sometimes at 3 in the morning.
Okay,
Jesus
so
Christ.
nerds. Let's be more.
Yeah.
Let's really get to the heart of this and the heart of the cards.
So.
You put that dragon away.
That should not be out on the battlefield.
It's dangerous to have out. If the police see you with that, they're gonna cart you off.
People get to this and they're like,
What is this? The heart of the dragon. What the
That
fuck?
took a left turn.
can't even go to Urban Dictionary.
Like,
God.
just get back to the story.
I want to hear about the band.
I want to hear about bands and drugs.
I want to hear about the band and these old men going to bed at 10:30. What is going on here?
Oh shit!
You
Okay.
forgot your kid.
I'm sweating thinking about this part. I'm like, fuck, this is
No, it's just hot in here.
I mean, it's high.
sexually.
Yeah,
somebody
there's
wants
a
to-
chick on the. We're all so high.
I mean,
This is why we don't have women around when we have men things to do.
we just have his girlfriend, and that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't
Of
count.
course.
No.
She busts our balls. She's always like roasting us, like, look at you.
I bring it out in people.
I do bring out like the animosity.
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 I'm sorry.
So, back to the story.
Yes, back to the story. Okay.
So I'm making small talk with a guy. Nelson's getting grinded on, and the other 2 are off somewhere else.
Puking. Or
Puking.
something. Yeah.
So at one point, close to the end of the set, they're like, or Nelson just leaves. Like, him and the girl just disappear.
Good for
And
him.
I'm like, cool. You know what?
Nothing happened.
He's recently single.
Yeah.
Good for him. Do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Next guy comes on, and I'm like, this is a little better. I'm like, I'm actually having a good time now. But then my back starts
Doing
to
the Charles
act
thing.
up again.
Yeah.
The old man thing. Like, I've been
love it.
standing
It's
all
late,
day.
and then my back starts. I've been standing up for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
I can't deal it. So I'm still trying to make small talk with Nelson's friend,
Yeah.
and then he gets a text and is like, "Oh shit, I gotta like go check on them." And so I'm like there alone for a sec. Then Nelson comes back and the friend, and they're like, "Okay, so like we're not sure what's going on with them, but I think they're not letting them back in. Like they saw they were throwing up, and they're like, we're not gonna let them back in."
Oh, shit.
So it's not necessarily getting kicked out. It's not.
Yeah, so they left to go take care of it, but then they're like, well, we can't.
Yeah, you don't look good. We're not gonna let you back in.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we're gonna go figure this out. You stay here, Chris. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to get another beer, but I already had spent $12 on the first beer, so I'm not about to spend another $12 on a beer.
Yeah.
So I just go back to the music. At least this one's a little better. I'm like, okay, this is good. Back's hurting. Got nobody to talk to. Let's just see what's going on around me. Oh, nobody else wants to. Okay.
Yeah.
So just like.
Oh shit.
And so I'm just like, okay,
This is
what's
so
going
sad.
on? And so I'm like, okay, I'll give him this set.
Yeah.
And then if nothing's happening, if I don't get a text, a call, nothing, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because I can't deal with this. So they're literally they don't talk to me for an hour. I don't hear from them until like that person's like done with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm leaving. I'm just out of here. So I go down the stairs, across the street, and I'm about to cross again when I get a call from Nelson going like, dude, we got back in. And I'm like,
Oh my
motherfucker.
god.
But I'm not that far away. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll go in, give it one more shot. Go in, and everything's fine. I get to go back in, and it's Nelson with the chick, and
She's still in the story?
yes, she is.
That's a horny little girl.
She wants it bad.
I just don't care what's going on in your life.
She was on at least 17 kind of drugs and just wanted it.
What I've heard.
Or one really good one.
Whatever that guy was passing around.
Oh, yeah.
But that happened apparently after I left. So I'm like, okay, let's give it one more time.
Oh shit!
That happened in my peripheral. I was like, I don't want to be next.
I guess he was just doing that, and I was like, stop! I'm trying to hear the story.
Put this shit away.
Sorry, my hands won't stop moving.
I don't know
Put
what
it
to
under
do
the
with.
table and just.
Oh, that looks bad.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
It doesn't look that bad.
It does.
They can touch anything but
That looks
themselves.
bad.
Oh wait. Oh shit. Futurama reference. Continue.
So yes, so we're there, and then Nelson leaves again with the chick.
Okay.
Just gone. And again, I'm there with a dude I don't know, trying to like make small talk, trying to make it go, and then the actual headliner comes on, and Nelson comes up. He's like, "Yeah!" Like freaks out.
White
That's
girl
the person.
wasted.
Yeah,
Oh my
because that's who we wanted to see. I think he got more drinks with the girl. Came back, and then they like everyone pushes to the front. And I don't care. So I'm like, oh god, and it like turns me to the back. And at this point I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go sit in the back. We'll see how this goes.
I can still hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound
It's-
travels very
I'm
fast.
okay,
It's not a big.
And-
It's not a big deal for about
I'm
100
going
feet.
deaf. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Fuck this
life
place.
is good.
Yeah,
So
so-
I go to the back, and I'm like kind of leaning against the wall, like
My back.
Some guys like, what the fuck happened?
And this dude comes up to me at one point. He's like, "Hey, dude, I don't want to see anyone having a bad time. So get on up." And I'm like,
Was his name James Brown?
Get on up.
Get on up.
Genetically, I've remade myself.
he was some white dude in like board shorts, going like, "Yeah, bro."
He was homeless. I got it here somehow. I don't know.
Explains the dreads. No, he.
So his name was Jimmy White.
Jimmy.
Not James Brown, but Jimmy White.
So at that point, I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll get right back out there." And he goes like, "All right." Walks away, and I go, "I'm leaving." It's like 12:30 at this point. I'm like, again, like I just want to go. So I text Nelson as I'm leaving, like, "Dude, my back's killing me." I totally lied, like, "Nelson, it was not a great time. It was all right." But I told him like, "I had a good time, man."
He's gonna listen to this and be like, this fucking liar.
What a
He'll never
fucking
watch
dick.
this.
He's not a good friend. That's
No.
why I left him.
So I left, texted him, and he goes, "No."
That's what he does.
And then like the next day he goes, "You know, this other guy is gonna be in town next month. If you want to go do that." And I haven't responded to that because I don't know if I want to go to that. So yeah, that's that story.
Just get a wheelchair and go. It's like, yeah. This is a great time.
Yeah,
great
man.
time.
Just shift back and forth.
Loving this.
Or just wait until they're drunk and just have some dude who doesn't look like you just go, "Hey, it's me, Chris."
Hello.
Clearly dyed blonde hair.
Hello.
Wait, can we break what
Nelson?
happened earlier on the phone call? Can we break the news when you picked up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
All right. So I was running a little late because I forgot your headphones at home,
Yep.
and we were caught the freeway and all that. So we were on our way, and
drug.
I know. Caught the freeway. Oh. So when we were here, we were trying to find parking and was trying to figure out whether we can park inside or not.
No.
And we couldn't. So we saw the gate. We're like, "Hey," I call Chris. I'm like, "Hey, Chris, is there parking inside?" He tells me, he's like, no, there's no parking inside. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, so then we'll just try to find parking somewhere else. And we're just having a weird conversation back and forth.
Yeah, there was some yelling at some point.
Yeah, there was
I
some
didn't
yelling
understand.
that you didn't understand.
No.
So I'm like, oh shit, okay, and then I just look to my left, to my right, and I'm like, oh shit, there's parking right in front of the place.
Right, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Perfect, convenient.
Perfect, cool. So I get out, go inside. You meet me downstairs. Hey. Lo and behold, you tell me that it's Daniel on the phone.
So what I was doing was, I was like, I'm not trying to sound Chris. I'm just going to sound like a white guy.
You did like the '90s black comedian doing a generic white guy voice.
Hey,
yeah.
how you doing?
You were doing that?
Yeah, I was like,
that was-
but I dulled it down. I wasn't going to be like, hey.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do it right now.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty much
How you
that.
doing, Andrew? But on the phone, it dulls stuff.
Who who's Chris here?
I don't know the difference.
I can't see it.
But
I
it's
mean,
like,
all white people sound alike. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think it is also just like
As we figured out with Renee Zellweger, they all look alike.
Yeah, they all
Renee
look alike.
Zellweger or Hilary Swank or whoever.
it wasn't even.
Exactly.
Oh, what's
That's
the
the whole
three?
point.
It's Zoe Deschanel, Katy Perry, and someone else.
The
who are
one from
all-
Bone Bones. I was like,
Well, that's 'cause
wow.
they're sisters.
Oh, they are from the sisters.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why is that? Oh,
He had a stroke here for a second.
I think I just got hood for a second. Are they sisters or they sisters?
sisters or what?
Are they sisters or what?
No, yeah, the chick from Bones and
Zoe Deschanel?
Zoe
Yeah.
Deschanel and Katy Perry back then. That they
Yeah.
all
Oh, there's a
looked
singer
Zoe's
from
very
Europe
funny.
that looks like them too. I remember that.
Bjork.
Bjork? Not a goose.
Oh god, that's really funny.
Okay, backtrack.
Yes.
I remember now what this is.
Oh my
Okay.
god, what is that?
On Nickelodeon, they used to have those scratch and sniff, like you'd put 3D glasses on and you scratch and sniff as you watch an episode of the show.
With
Like-
3D glasses.
It was a
What
lot.
the hell?
Oh my god.
Or maybe not 3D glasses, it was just like you
How
scratch and
cancels
sniff.
anything?
Oh,
design.
smell-o-vision.
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 Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, and to exercise your finger, do this. And I remember as a kid, kids are just like, you're right, Nickelodeon, and then you just do this.
I'm gonna get my fingers nice.
But I'm
and
like,
strong.
how is
I
as a
can't
kid?
shoot cannon with my fist.
And
Whatever you do.
then 10 years later, every girlfriend I ever had said, "Thank you, Nickelodeon."
And every young girl's like, dude, thank you, Nickelodeon. And then Michael Jackson's like, that's what you doing, and girls
Because
are like,
girls get off to the robotic movement of a finger.
Oh, dude, every girl loves
Yeah.
this motion right
Just
here.
like-
Am I right? We have a girl here. This is it.
you better not
We
put
need
me
to
on
talk
camera.
Put that away, sir.
She's like, "Don't look at me. Don't do that.
No,
Don't
no.
do that. Don't do that."
Guys, I know
Not a
women.
female.
Science. It's the clutter. And then the whole...
The clutter.
clutter. Oh.
But what position is she?
Wait. I love.
no.
Wait, no. Follow me. I love how adult that we were just talking about we were, and then he couldn't even say the word clitoris. He was like, and then the hole.
Thing.
Mommy's gonna catch me if I say
No,
this
that's
word.
the thing I have. I can't say dirty words well without being goofy with it.
Okay,
Like-
so say, like, for example.
Like, I can't say
He struggled to get out of his brother.
Because I can't say.
And then, like... Like, everything is like... When I say dick, that's easy. A cock. Like, oh, see, I can't even do that.
We're doing that.
But, like,
So stupid.
But like, I think it stems from how awkward I was as a kid, and I still am now.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, cause like you know, I remember girls would be like, "Ooh, Daniel, blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Ooh, the penis, vagina."
So you turn into Bill Cosby.
Well, I don't turn into Bill Cosby. I was wondering if you took the drink before we
Joel pudding.
fellatio. No, I just I was super innocent. I think I didn't.
So with Bill Cosby at one point.
I don't think I truly was like.
She
Oh.
questioned her drink. She was like, I don't want to drink this anymore. I'm going to put this away.
I didn't do nothing with no drinks.
She's actually pouring it out in the plant. This is a
I was saying, like, you're
She's like, this is a great podcast.
God. She's deducing stuff. Hollywood, 2018. Oh my damn.
I think the first thing Travis mentioned was Harvey Weinstein.
Oh
I think
shit.
that was the first thing he said on the podcast.
But it's sorry. Now I'm switching the subject now.
Yeah.
No, that's alright.
Jeez, that's terrifying to like think.
What, that kids were doing this?
No.
Oh.
Thank you, Nickelodeon.
No,
This
like
terrifies me every
people
day.
poisoning drinks.
Oh,
and stuff.
Oh yeah, of course.
Can we crack a window? This guy's sweating bullets.
We're all
yeah.
sweating.
No, he's just nervous because I'm talking about clitoris.
We just need to open up
I
the
got it.
sliding glass door.
Time out.
Thank you, sir.
I'll return shortly.
This episode is brought to you by Russian woman, well, white Russian.
White Russian.
White Russian
There
women,
was a white
Russian
as
women.
opposed to black Russian women.
You know, I saw a
There's
meme
one
the
alive.
other day.
Probably because there's just
It's
more
like-
of one than the other.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so good now.
Already.
Oh, yeah.
Boner
I saw a
raging.
meme the other day where it's like you know how in 2016 a bunch of celebrities were dying.
Yeah.
And so the meme was like, oh, like in 2017 celebrities stopped dying, but they started getting more rapey.
Oh, they've always been
No,
rapey.
no.
We just know about.
So then, what's the trend for 2018? What's
18?
gonna happen?
We'll
They're gonna
find
start
out.
being stabbed.
Oh God.
oh, the
Just
dead people.
murder.
I mean, they have the-
Murdering other celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, their careers, aka the Pauls.
Ooh, that was some shit.
Well, how about today? They found out the younger one was doing a freestyle and said, "Look."
Oh, what?
Really? Yeah.
So more shit happened?
Yeah, the younger brother was
Oh my
freestyling.
It's funny
it
because
wasn't good.
the only reason I know who these people are is because people talk about them. Like, I've never seen a single one of their videos.
Yeah.
Never.
But then, like, because I watched, like, Philip DeFranco. Yeah. And so I remember one time we started talking about him. I was like, who the fuck is...
Who is
like,
this guy?
So then I'm like, scrub. And when the thumbnail changes, I'm like, perfect.
There we go.
Good. We'll start with, like, shit that actually matters.
Yeah.
I don't really care what...
Oh, so nobody on YouTube got it.
No, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, there's like, you know, they don't... Because he doesn't... That's why I like Philip DeFranco. Because he talks about, like, real shit and then peppers in the YouTube stuff. Because it's on YouTube, so you have to, you know...
You might as well.
You have to pander a bit. Because your audience is YouTube.
And
just like we are right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Panning about it.
Like
Hey.
the whole three.
What?
The whole three.
The whole three?
Yeah, all three of them.
Oh, of our fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, all three of our...
Watch it. We only have like 3 fans. Everyone else is like...
But on the off chance that Philip DeFranco does see this...
Hey, dude.
Shouts out to you.
We're trying to do what you do.
I met you once. No,
Sponsor
twice.
us. If you sponsor this show, we will do it more.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Philip DeFranco. Please.
We just sit into it. He's been like, what the fuck?
He's like,
Get this shit out of here.
I am suing you
Nobody
guys.
should hire any of them.
But they will.
But yeah, they will. Just not for this.
Oh, God, no.
We're about to be famous.
Well, they won't hire me for this. Maybe you guys. I don't.
No.
I have a day job.
You're fine. Yeah, you're good. My day job might be going away quite soon because...
Why?
Oh, okay. I was gonna bring this up.
Here we go, guys.
So I have 2 jobs. The one that I do Monday through Friday.
Sorry, you
What?
motherfucker. We literally, him and I both do this at the same time. And like, I was looking at it and I was like,
Go on.
fuck. I was like, we're just
Don't
like,
hold this.
I'm controlling him.
We were talking about earlier about how similar we are, and then when he did that, I was like, God damn it.
So cool.
How often do you two actually hang out?
Not that
Not
often.
much.
We used to live together.
Okay.
But even
No,
before,
that'll do it, for sure.
but no. So like, I don't mean to cut off your story.
No, go ahead.
But so because we're cousins.
Because this podcast has a format.
Yeah, okay. So for the people that don't know, since now I'm talking to the camera for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Philly
so him and I are cousins, and then so growing up, like, because he lived like 2 hours away.
Living this, like,
He lived in the
boonies.
like they got a Walmart in like 2005, and it was like the big thing. It was like we got that's not a joke. That's a real thing.
And
that
then we had
happened.
We can
Applebee's
buy
next year, and they're like,
Yeah.
we're moving
17
up.
packs of beers
Yeah.
for cheap.
So needless to say, I never came to hang out much.
And I was always like, can someone please join us in this town?
So we never. So growing up, like we would see him like during family things.
Yeah.
I was
but
kind of
we-
quiet. I was like weird. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't weird. I just wouldn't
Hey,
really
you
talk.
were.
No, but we just, I don't know, because I didn't know
are
him.
weird?
And, like, so we didn't really know each other. But then when he moved in, because he moved in with me back in 2007, or sorry, 12, 2013?
13.
12, 2013.
And this is back there, not here?
No, this is
Here.
here.
Oh,
This
this
is
is here.
out in
Okay.
LA. Yeah, because I was
graduated.
living out here, because I moved out here in 2011. And then after
Gotcha.
he graduated,
Okay.
I
2
was-
months later, I was like, hey.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I need a roommate.
We're
so,
related.
uh,
Let me.
What? It's a parent trap with cousins.
But then after, like, literally after we had lived together for maybe a month, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I never, like I did not know we were so much alike.
Yeah.
We're like the same person
Oh, wow.
through and through. So we lived together for 2 years. 2 years, and then,
But I got out of there. No,
yeah, he got out. Yep, that was totally his
I was
decision.
like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. So, no,
This guy
but.
fucks too much.
I'm like-
can't do it.
I'm sitting here like trying to get off of the bed. I'm hearing people connecting on the roof. I need my Doritos.
I'm knocking on the window. Guys, can you guys? I can't hear One Piece. Calm down.
Stop.
I'm like, let me turn up because I'm also watching it while I'm doing this. Monkey D. Luffy!
This is on the
King of the Pirates! I'm King of the Pirates!
And I'm in the room doing the same thing. I'm king of Open my window and will my reflection show who I am inside.
wait a second.
Yeah, no, it was. I think there was one time we were talking about this earlier today because I haven't seen him in a while. But there was this one time we were in the car and we had both laughed at something, but it was the exact same laugh from start to finish. Like we started at the same time, had like the same crescendo and the same ending.
If only somebody else was in the car, they're like, stereo.
Yeah, and it was like it happened, and I didn't say anything. I just noticed it. And was like, God damn it! And I was like, fuck, we're like the same person. So,
he also the person that like got my humor because I would do funny stuff, but I used to just like chill out because some people were like, okay, stop. But we were talking earlier too.
Yeah.
When he had a friend who had taken weed for the first time. It was like an edible or something.
Was that what it was?
I think so. And she was like,
oh no! This is what it was. So in my apartment, where we lived, and we had like a long hallway to lead out, and so it was me, him, and her. We were leaving, and then she was in front, and then he complimented her. He was like, "Oh, girl, you look good in that dress," and he turned to me and was like, but like the face he made, I immediately,
it was instantaneous.
It was so good, and I immediately started laughing. Like I could not contain it.
And I was like, "Oh, shoot."
And she just has no fucking idea, no clue.
It's that good.
I still think I think she still has no idea.
No, she doesn't know.
But it was just like
She will now.
Yeah, right.
Like
I can't really do the face he made because it was just so perfect,
visceral.
and it was like everything that. Like literally, it was like a movie in a face, and I was like, I know everything you're trying to say with that. And I just,
it gave me.
It was.
Yeah. Living with him made me realize, like, oh shoot, I can like do.
Is it like thicker than a bowl of oatmeal?
You gotta do it almost too slow. You like thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Yeah. The weight of your words has to bring your hands down afterwards. So
that's why when we both did this, it was very just like, damn it. Like
I get that all the time. I've been living with my roommate Ravi for a little over 2 years now, and Axel I've lived with for a year.
Yeah.
And you just pick up stuff naturally without even noticing. So like things you say, the way you do certain things, it happens super naturally.
Yeah.
Noticing
It's
like, oh, we're all doing the same time.
Yeah, it's like when women cycle match up, like our masturbation cycles match up. It's like
exactly.
You just hear.
Well, when I go into the bathroom, they all go, "Oh, so it's time." Yeah, but they don't even have to think.
Put the same
they
song on.
Yeah.
Only by Genuine.
It's like you all sync up videos, so then all the volume's up loud, so you can't hear anyone. You just hear the same. Yeah,
it's like mutually assured destruction.
The pieces is here. What is this coming from everywhere? Literally.
If even one note is off, like it screws up the rest of our day. We start like angrily yelling at each other for no reason. Like
You have to start over.
why'd you fucking touch the stove? I didn't touch the stove. I was using the stove.
If your house was like a Sims video game, they'd all
I didn't download that.
I don't have that ability on my Sims.
90s references anymore. Sims?
Anyone who's young to what the fuck are the Sims?
What is?
It's basically Star Wars Battlefront.
That's all the kids are playing Star Wars Battlefront.
Because that game didn't.
It's literally Grand Theft Auto with none of the fun
time?
parts.
The second time. The first time was like was okay because they brought it back. Yeah,
The first one was good.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
The Sims.
I really like the story in the first one.
Star Wars. Oh
Yeah,
yes,
the first Sim story was fantastic.
amazing.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Alright.
so back to the.
Back to you losing your job. Yeah, back to you getting fired.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Let's get back to it,
All right,
please.
so I have two
Larry.
jobs. One I do Monday through Friday. The other one I do on the weekends. And the Monday through Friday one is it's technically a restaurant, but the only thing we serve there is acai bowls.
Oh, acai bowls. Sadness.
We only sell like plates and stuff.
It's a restaurant, but we don't actually sell food.
Can I have a red plate?
Is it an edible plate?
What do you think we are? Some kind of food restaurant? We're just a restaurant.
We don't sell food.
No.
We sell
We sell food accessories.
we sell propane.
Do you want a restaurant
Plates and
without the
cutleries.
fucking food?
You ever been to a restaurant and hated the food? Well, we cut out the middleman.
Tired of your waitress pissing in your cups? Not really.
Hey, man,
I didn't know
can I
that
just
was
get a
a thing.
plate? Fine, you can get a plate. Why is there piss on this plate? Sorry, I'll take it back.
Those black and white commercials.
Are you tired of your old place?
Does this ever happen to you? A full plate shuts down. It's just too much.
Did your fingers stop working when you hit the clitoris? Use this motion.
And now, order online through our app. Get your plates right as you walk in the door.
Okay, so you're acai bowl selling restaurant.
Yes. So
your
we
hipster
started in like May
already.
Yeah.
and when we started in May, they at that point were saying that they were only going to give this place around 6 months to see whether it was going to be either breaking even or doing whatever it may
Breaking
be.
bad.
Are we going red, black, or green?
Hey.
Yeah. So the
It's funny because I'm Breaking Bad.
so as we go along, it's
Funny 'cause
typical
It's a joke.
typical work. Just making bowls,
Yeah.
whatever. And as we go through summer, it's really busy because it's cold food.
Yeah.
It's frozen, and so
And healthy.
So we got a lot of people coming
A lot
in,
of white
tourists,
people
locals, all that shit.
Yeah.
And so it's popping during summer. Starts to slow down in September, October, but it's still decent.
Yeah.
Around November, or actually it hit a low point during the World Series because nobody was doing anything during that.
Yeah.
why people watch
Because if it's
baseball.
not beer or popcorn or like hot
Nobody
dogs and shit,
cares.
no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a shit.
If it's not baseball food, I don't
No.
care.
And so
Hey,
around then it's
That's
like
our thing. Right? You back off. You stay
is
on
why
that
I'm here.
side
This
of
is
the
why I'm
table. You stay on that side. You eat more cheese. Right?
I don't know what.
Neither do I.
So it starts to slow way down, and people are starting to leave because it's really slow, and we're like, you know what, makes sense. We're not gonna have enough hours for people.
Of course.
And then beginning of December is when they were like, okay, so this month we're really cutting back hours. We're not gonna let anyone go. We're cutting back hours because we need to meet a certain deadline. And so we go through. It's all hunky dory as far as I'm concerned. At this point, I had been promoted to key holder, pretty much like a supervisor.
Yeah.
And it's me, another key holder, my two bosses, and then 4 or 5 floor staff, basically, regular staff.
Okay.
We just let go all the floor staff, literally this
Oh
week.
shit!
Oh, wow.
Because they're like, well, our numbers weren't where we want to be, but we don't want to get rid of the store yet.
Bert and Ernie.
So, yeah. Hey, Bert. My bosses are Bert and Ernie. Clearly, they don't know how to
No,
pronounce it.
they're the two dudes from the Muppets that's up in the theater.
Stanler and Waldorf. Yeah.
The food sucks.
Well, I could have told you that. But yeah, we had to let go everyone else. So now there's only 4 employees, and they're all either managers or key holders. And they're saying that this is not going to be forever. But I have a feeling at the end of this month they're going to be like, well, we're going to have to let you two go and just have
us two.
2 bosses. And I'm like, what the fuck
It's
is
gonna
going
turn
on?
to a food truck.
That's what they wanted to do
They
a
might
little
have
while
been
ago.
better.
It's
I have
But I
an
mean,
idea. Just sell oatmeal. Everybody will rush in for that shit. Go
Yeah.
outside.
it's the problem is that we've gone through. So what we wanted to do is have the bowls and then a second thing to kind of pull in
Grilled
tourists,
cheese.
because tourists aren't going to be super gung ho over shit they don't know about.
Just do the hot dog and popcorn.
Yeah,
Just do that. Just hot dogs and popcorn for the tourists, because that's all we eat here.
Well,
Or just also sell juice.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
acai will just sell juice as well.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
so many people come in and are like, "Do you guys have juice?"
Yeah.
And we're like,
No.
Because anyone who wants an acai
Asada.
bowl would also get juice.
"Yeah,
And so if it's juice is a year round thing. It's
Yeah.
I always want even
Yeah.
if it's cold outside. It's but and
but I
actually
could get some juice."
when we
Nobody
leave
drinks
when we
more
leave
juice.
we're going to get juice.
Oh, yeah.
or a smoothie. I really fucking.
People on here are like, what are you talking about?
Hold on, can I just so that they know that I'm actually talking to someone? Come say hi. Come say hello. Hi everyone, this is Shay. She's my friend from the East Coast.
Hi!
Yes,
I'm
just
so
take care. So she's real. I'm
Here's
not
her
talking to
information.
nothing.
Oh, right here.
Right in this box.
Social security
Can
number.
you do that? Yeah, in that
yeah.
box. Yeah. She actually is a phenomenal singer. She's so fucking good. After
let's hear it then."
Our 3 fans gonna be like, I guess I'll check this out after masturbating.
in their underwear with caramel popcorn sticking in their face. Oh,
Sucks, because I'm getting there.
she is good.
Well, that's actually me when I'm going to be editing.
Like the
The fucking dude from South Park just
yeah, I would say the World of Warcraft episode. Sweet.
I feel like he'd be the type of person to wear his hoodie backwards and fill it with popcorn.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Hey, you a backward ass bitch. He's like, you a backward ass.
So yeah, like that place is totally going under, and I'm looking for a new job.
Okay.
But yeah, that was
Franco?
just something that. Yeah.
Philly D.
Franco, please.
You've just been filled in.
That's what I need to do. Actually, is go to like Indeed and all those places, look for like editing jobs.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what I need right now.
That's right, you edit.
like I tried using Indeed and ZipRecruiter and
No.
Like-
Make sure. Do you have a card?
Yeah. No.
like I want to say Indeed.
I wish.
When I leave, we'll exchange info because
Yeah,
I have
for
a
sure.
bunch of buddies that love to do little projects on their
Oh,
own,
cool,
and they
yeah, yeah.
always need an editor.
Oh,
So-
cool.
Crack Babies is
Cool.
also looking for an editor.
Oh, cool. Hey, let's exchange info. All right, I'll put it right here.
Somebody touch my spaghetti!
You should just do. You
No,
should
no,
just put everyone's info there, so it's like we didn't exchange it, but it's on the video.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
mean,
need-
just watch the video.
Grace's info's right here. Dana's info. They just swap places. Exchange.
You know what I'm gonna do in the edit? I'm gonna just put balls.
Put info in each one.
One of my favorite things about doing the last podcast was just doing random shit. Remember the it was you and Noah on that one biddy.
Oh, yeah,
where
we just
you were just like doing shit, and I was like, I put like fireworks, and like you put his dick butt up in the air and then ate him.
Dick butt.
A dick butt.
You know, dick butt.
Dick butt.
The meme.
Dick,
Dick
meme.
butt.
Yes.
Light bulb.
Sorry,
Dick butt.
I forgot that.
I feel like in this minute, there's gonna be so much shit flying around.
And then it's just gonna stop. They're like, but I like the graphics. Why did
What happened to
They
the
were
fucking
more
graphics?
entertaining than the men.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's like, but
Christ.
that takes effort, and we don't.
No, and I want to put as little effort into this as possible.
Which is why we thought of this whole premise when we got here.
TBD.
Hence why
there
I'm
you go.
here. And
Well, I mean, podcasts normally are supposed to be little effort. You sit down and talk for
About
half hour
shit,
about
yeah.
That's
shit.
why men do it so much, because we like a little effort. That's why I'm lonely, because I like a little effort.
Daniel, this is not how we put you out into the dating world.
Yeah.
This is not a
Tinder,
platform.
Black Tinder. Oh,
Blindo.
Also,
This has been amazing. This has been truly amazing.
I'm judging both of them.
whoa! No, I was
No
gonna say,
judgment
I definitely want to talk about some movies that have just come out because
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
for
are
sure.
like the perfect.
We got
audience.
another 20 minutes. Let's do that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
cool, cool.
All right,
cool,
movie
cool.
time. Let's go.
Movie time.
Just because I don't.
This is actually works right into the segment that
Fuck you.
This, no, okay, no. I don't mean to talk about movies, but
What's the movie?
what's the movie?
Well, just like because I definitely want to talk about Star Wars
Okay.
because there's
Okay.
a lot of stuff for that.
Oh yeah.
And then
He just saw it too.
I just saw it.
Oh, you
on
just saw
Wednesday,
it.
on
Oh,
Wednesday.
okay, perfect.
He hasn't seen it.
you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I don't care. And also,
We already talked a
we
shit
already talked a
about it.
shitload about it.
Okay, cool.
So it's all good.
Just it was just a lot of stuff because there was a lot of because we talked a little bit about it after we saw it. There was a lot of stuff that I liked. Like there was a lot of good moments,
Right.
but like as a whole, I just felt like
That
Just a
seems to be the
point.
consensus.
Yeah.
If there could be a consensus.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Is
Yeah.
that
I've
it's
never seen a movie this so split.
yes.
yeah.
Like people are split
Except
over
for the Shyamalan film.
yeah.
That's a good movie too.
because it's called Split.
Yeah.
Don't look for it. I can see your brain being like, yeah, well, that movie was no.
And then I stopped. And I was like,
That movie was The Last Jet. No, that doesn't work.
I was about to say like
Shit.
Batman vs Superman. Like, people enjoyed it and didn't really like it.
The director's cut of Batman vs Superman though actually was a lot.
It was a lot better.
than the original. I will give it that.
But this movie, people were like either
Yeah.
hate
Yeah.
or they're like,
Well, no, I wouldn't even say that all people either hate or love it. You've got like almost a triple, like a three-way split here. You've got people that hate it, people that love it, and then people that are like that, where like there were great moments, but
Yeah.
there were also some really bad like
that's what I meant. The great
moments.
Yeah.
we're great Jedi.
Yeah, which is kind of
Shut up.
like there's parallels you can draw between the movie itself and the content in it
Yeah.
and people's reactions. It's kind of nuts in that
Yeah.
way. But I want to hear your like what were you?
Because
what
it
were you
was
gonna
like, because the reason why I bring it up was because we had all seen Jumanji and we all liked it, and a friend of mine has after he saw Jumanji, because I saw Star Wars with him actually for the second time, and he was like, I like Jumanji better than the Star Wars movie. Yeah,
That's a fun movie.
I think that's why. 'Cause I think he watched Star Wars and it was
We have to go
cool.
watch
We'll watch it
Jumanji.
tomorrow.
But I
have to
think
go watch
like,
Jumanji.
but because Jumanji was so much fun, it's like I enjoyed my experience more, and I find myself really kind of taking that into account now when I go see movies. I don't just judge the movie. It's also was it
what's
fun?
the feeling inside
did
that you
I
get?
enjoy the whole experience of going to see the movie?
I've been doing that for a while too. Including that in my reviews.
Yeah. Because I didn't used to. I used to just judge the movie from just on. I used to nitpick, but now I'm just like, no. But like as a whole, like, did I have fun? Like, And with Jumanji, I was like, fuck, that was fun.
Yeah,
it was so much fun to watch.
Like for me in Jumanji, it was super fun. I do recognize that there are some flaws.
Of course,
writing structure. There's some big flaws there that I find myself just straight up ignoring and not caring about when I talk about it because I'm like, it was fun. But there were some great jokes, some really good jokes.
Yes, and no one was trying to outdo anyone.
No, that
else.
was a team. It was a team.
And that's what also was so great about it. It was like you look at Jack Black, The Rock, and Kevin Hart, and then what's the
Karen Gillan?
Yes,
Jack Black though stole the show.
He did do great.
Yeah.
He did,
Like
playing,
in my opinion.
But for me, but also it's The Rock. It's hard not to love The Rock.
See, and everyone has their favorite because you love The Rock.
Yeah.
I believe like Jack Black, and then I have a lot of my friends like, no, Kevin Hart was the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then there's some girls like, but Karen, she was so, and I was like, that's like a good ensemble when you're like,
because literally because it's not that I disliked any of it. It's just it's like who do you prefer? And it's because but so going back to Star Wars, it was like because first of all, this whole subplot with Finn and Rose was just. Like,
literally didn't need to be
completely.
Oh wait, you ever seen?
No, it doesn't matter. No matter.
I mean,
he already gave me the green light to talk about it.
he's green light.
So I'm full. No, so it was like, and it was completely pointless. And then so the thing with Poe, and then the woman that took over,
Laura Dern.
Admiral.
Yes. So when she took over, her whole decision not to tell Poe what she was doing was completely pointless. It was a dick measuring contest,
pretty much,
and it caused
the deaths.
It caused the deaths of
lot of people.
15 ships. Yeah, like half of their armada, just because if she was just like, she didn't tell everyone to be like, hey Finn, listen, look, so real quick, there's a planet that we're gonna go to, so we're just gonna kind of chill for a bit.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna blow people up, and then we're gonna be out.
So we don't have to go to that whole storyline hasn't. Okay.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So you're not abandoning us. Cool. Yeah. No mutiny. No nothing. None of that needed to happen.
I heard that that problem is just talk.
Yeah,
just talk.
Yeah, that's instead of just being like, well, I'm captain and you don't need to know shit, motherfucker.
Well,
just talk.
I can see from the character's perspective why she didn't do that, but yes.
But in that situation, when you have the fucking armada behind you, literally like bearing down on you, and you know that Poe is Poe.
She knew that he was going to do something regardless, but for whatever reason, she felt that saying nothing would be the best option.
Yeah, and so that just fucking annoyed the shit out of me. And then, but it's funny, I liked Kylo Ren in this movie more than I did the first one.
Everyone does in this movie.
He was the only character.
Is it because he's shirtless?
I mean,
his square body.
Ooh, child.
Yeah.
Don't let me get started. Don't let me get started.
I think honestly it's because his character, outside of maybe Luke, was the only one that had like a legit evolution and arc.
Yeah.
Like you saw.
And I also like a lot of because when I was watching the movie, because when I watched this, because when you watch it the second time, you can break it down more. Yeah. Because you've already seen it.
Yeah.
So I started breaking down his character and the things that he was doing, and it's like if you look at his performance, it's very similar to young Luke and even Anakin from the original trilogy. Okay. You see pieces of that in his performance. Now, whether that was on purpose or it just kind of happened, I'm hoping it was on purpose. I mean, he seems to be a good actor.
I also credit a little bit of that to the writers, just in what they have him do.
Right. Agreed.
Which helps a lot.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. You can't talk about anything without the writers because they're
which is kind of a testament to like how many different writers you've seen on a lot of these.
Yeah.
Because this one was Rian Johnson written and directed, but the last one was Lawrence Kasdan and Jake Kasdan. So it's really neat to see that Rian was able to pick up on those notes.
So that part I really liked, and then to see him, because I mean, he's a rich kid, right? He's a rich kid who's trying to prove himself, and to this like impossible figure like his think about like someone whose father died but was like the shit.
Yeah.
And then you inherited all of his shit, but like now you have to be that.
Yeah.
Because you know his mom's a Skywalker and his dad is Han Solo, so it's like
Yeah, and his grandfather is
Luke. Yeah.
Oh, no,
sorry,
Luke.
grandfather. Yeah,
Is
his grandfather.
Anakin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it's like you have this like crazy lineage, and so mentally, I don't think people really think about mentally what that would do to a person.
yeah.
I just
Like,
never thought of it that way. The family, like,
yeah,
how the not just the family connections between like Kylo and like clicked to me.
And that makes this is more to I think the strength of the themes in the film.
yeah,
Death of the past.
Death of the past,
Yeah.
and how he's like he killed his father.
Yeah.
Luke's dead. Even Snoke, who's not he's a new character, but he's
Yeah.
still like old guard.
yeah. Although I wish they would have given him like one more movie, Snoke, at least because it was like they killed him off without saying anything about him. They were like, so
That's
there's
another
this dude
sticking
Snoke.
point for a lot of people.
Yeah, and you're
is
like,
that,
well,
like
who the
they
fuck?
just kill him off.
Who the fuck is he?
Yeah.
He's dead.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what the thing they said.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Well, Snoke is dead.
So, but I also like, and so this is something that I've talked about in the past with, and something that, like with Anakin, when they were like, you're supposed to bring balance to the Force. I think we talked about this before,
Yeah.
where like I've always believed Anakin did bring balance to the Force.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which because people are like, well, I'm like, no, because balance is balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, like,
Balance does not mean tipping it to one side or
Yeah.
the other. It means bringing the sides
Yeah.
together.
So if there's more good than evil, then you got to get rid of the good,
Yeah.
so that it's even. And with the Sith, there's a master and an apprentice, and that's it.
Yeah.
And even in this movie, that's the thing about this movie, they kept the balance because when they got rid of Snoke, they got rid of Luke.
yeah.
So the balance stays. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
little things like that I really dug, and then also little pieces like when Luke fought Kylo. And if you I don't know if you notice it, but if you watch as Luke moves, the salt does not move.
That's like a very easy thing to do too, because a lot of his movements are CGI. The ground is CGI. The background is CGI.
So in that scene, is it old Luke or is it a projection of his younger self?
Yeah,
It's a projection.
I know that it's a projection of
a slightly younger version.
Yeah.
His hair's
Okay.
less gray, but
He
he's
looks
still
more put together.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's when it's the Luke from when they flash back to when Kylo killed all the younglings.
Yes.
And
Okay.
yeah, so like when that whole thing happened,
the
it's
younglings.
It's that.
younglings.
But yeah, no, but yes.
The
So, but I
Mandalorian
just
children.
because the first time I watched it, I did
Sand.
not notice that.
Yeah.
But then again, as you're analyzing it more, the second time I watched it, they like focus on Kylo and all of the like. They actually make it a point to do that, and then I was like. And then when they cut over to Luke, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Feet ain't moving.
Yeah.
They got no feet.
So it's just cool. So it was just,
I got ghost trails.
So it was just
Oh,
cool
shit.
stuff like that. But it was, and then the scene where the chick goes in light speed through the ship was visually probably one of the coolest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super beautiful.
Yeah.
But then when
Epic moment.
Yeah.
Leia, like, she gets like sucked into space with that entire
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
died.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm like,
I love
nope.
her.
See, I was fine with it because Vader can survive in outer space
Yeah.
using the Force.
But
And
like,
and her thing was that she's always like her Force powers are supposed to have awoken like years ago. She just never used them.
Yeah.
And so I was okay with it because I was like, that's the thing that you can do with the Force. So,
Dad's home.
Hey, Dad.
but I understand how. It was
Get out of my
kinda-
house, kids! Shit! Your mom, we're gonna fuck!
But I also thought that would have been a good moment if they wanted to
Re-edited to have her done.
re-edit it to have her because
What I think the reasoning why they didn't do that is because this is her last film, and they didn't want to just get rid of her from her last film. They wanted to actually give her like
see I
other
would
side.
have but I would have just had it so that Kylo Ren does take the shot and then kills her. So then it's like he kills his mother and his father.
Yeah, it
And
would have
it's
made
like
so much sense.
Yeah, and it
then-
would have been like
and-
an emotional kind of like circle. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, like Kylo is going all
and
in
his
Yeah.
mentor.
right here.
And I also, though, however, I think, unfortunately, story structure wise, that kind of would be weird to have that be at the beginning of the film,
Yeah.
rather than a moment.
I do get that, but now it's like to get rid of her in the next movie, it's either going to be a lot of CGI her
Or time skip.
or
time skip.
or it's just she's going to be gone and
Yeah.
we're not going to get that moment.
What I think they might do, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility, and it would be cool. This is kind of what I would hope for that would happen is that the movie starts with a funeral, and it's them putting her in the ground, and
Luke's ghost is there.
There you go. That'd be cool. And then they got, but yeah, like some kind of way of like showing that both time has passed, and that we are really down to just like the bare minimum crew.
So
it's you've got like
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you got like
I would be cool with that.
You got Poe, you got Finn, you got Rey, and you got BB-8. Like BB-8, and that's it.
Also, if Finn and Rose end up together, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I'm gonna be so upset.
That was really forced.
Yes.
Or she kind of forced herself.
Yeah, and also, like of the two, it's like why?
Didn't she try to jump him?
Why the dumpier of the sisters? Like no, just because it's like for the most part, the people in the movie are very like attractive and whatever, and then the one Asian character, you're like, well, but we'll make her kind of whatever. Well, like why though?
And she'll have the black guy.
Yeah,
it'll be great for her. Very great.
So, but it was. I was just like, but why? Like, why that?
I think that was an unfortunate product of diversity casting.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that she got work. I'm glad that like
absolutely
that people were able to do cool stuff.
At least she was Asian. Like at least they got that.
Yeah, but what I feel like would have been a stronger narrative move would have been to have Finn and Poe go off and do it, or even just Finn go off and do it, and then have a way of playing off Benicio del Toro's character. I forget his name. I think it's just DJ.
Yeah,
it's just a code name that he calls himself. Where you kind of have him work his like talons into him, where it's like, don't join. Why are you with these guys anyway? Just come hang out with me. I could use a partner, you know. And then just have that duality in him, and leave that kind of for the next one of him trying to wrestle with that. But they, were like, oh, we should. Kathleen Kennedy or whoever it might be was like, oh, we should throw in like another like. Actor here, like we could probably use, let's get in this demographic.
She could have died instead of like the whole crash of saving Finn, like because I wanted someone to die.
Also,
Finn's gonna die.
Editing wise, where the fuck did she come from when she saved him?
Just meow.
So basically, there's like a giant cannon that's like a doorbuster, and Finn's gonna. He's gonna Independence Day it. Hello, boys, I'm back. Like that's all I was thinking about in that scene. But then, so they show like a high wide shot, and you see everyone else here, and then Finn does this, and then they all break off. And so right as he's about to get in, she just comes from the left and like knocks him out of the way.
Like, how would she catch up to him if she turned the opposite way?
Like, not only catch up, but she has to catch up past him because she's coming. She didn't like bump him this way. Like, she came like straight in.
Junker ships coming, too. It's not like they have like a super thrust.
Yeah,
it's like
they're not built for
he's going this way, and she's just like. She goes this way, back down, and so she has to go all the way around and like catch him before he hits
her.
Worst scene in the movie.
Yeah, so bad. It would be good though if like a cut to was just Vin Diesel and he's just. Today's not a good day to die, brother.
and it's burning up.
Oh no! I feel like there was an unfortunate. With Force Awakens, the whole movie was pretty much designed to be
comedy. That's what it was.
Well,
that's what I thought it was.
Disneyfied and very, very safe.
Yeah.
This one, it seemed like Rian Johnson was having to work in a bunch of other people's ideas without wanting to take in any more like writers.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, okay, I'll try and like work this stuff in, try and get all this stuff,
but still make it his movie.
So like, again, back to what we were saying in the beginning. There's parts that really work, and there's parts that just really don't. And I think that's due to a lot of oversight because these movies have to be made by committee technically. Yeah. Sure, Rian Johnson wrote and directed it, but it's a committee film.
This is going to be a really good movie experience for me because with The Force Awakens, I didn't know jack shit about it. I just saw the teasers and whatever, and I just went in blind.
Yeah.
This one, I know everything about it.
Going in.
So once I watch this, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Nah.
Yeah, so you're going to see all the... Dude, the part where fucking... Go ahead.
I just want to tell you this. Like, I really don't want to mention it, but Yoda's in this movie.
Oh, I heard.
Okay.
I heard he's in the movie.
Yeah.
I heard what he does.
And all I can think of when his scene came up was the Game Grumps and then telling jokes.
Oh my god. Yes.
Dude, I told that to Pedro. He couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's great.
Also, real quick, who's excited about Infinity War?
two hands in the air for that one. I'm more excited for that than I was for this Star Wars film. Mostly because like growing up watching Star Wars was a thing my dad kind of like wanted me to get into, and then I got into it.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like superheroes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm fucking down.
I'll watch it. Oh, this
Let's
is the best thing
go.
ever, and so it has much more emotional weight.
I got real mad and because my a buddy of mine worked on it and did a lot of choreography, and then so I was at rehab because I don't know if you guys know, so I tore my rotator cuff.
Yeah, Daniel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I've been going to rehab, but so he came because I'm about to work on this film with him, and he came and was talking, and he spoiled some shit for me.
No!
And it was like, he was like, spoiler alert, but I'm like doing my PT, and I'm like, did I just hear spoiler alert? And he's like, so da 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 da, and I was like,
Because Iron Man died.
No!
Don't make him relive it.
No. I mean,
almost killed him.
If you want to know the spoiler,
I want to know. Tell me after.
I
don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, because so I worked on a couple of Marvel films, but like for the most part, I miss like the big Marvel train, and it's like it's a double-edged sword because it's like. It's bummed I don't get to work on them because as a fan, it's like I get to be a part of it. Yeah. But then also, I don't know anything. So I get to watch these movies like everybody else. I get to just be like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Holy shit.
I love
what's going to come. Bring it on to daddy. So that's why it's like, I'm like,
has no breaks.
You know, because I still work. So it's not like I'm, broke because of it. But it's it would be fun to work on the, and like, and what about Panther? What do you guys feel about Panther?
Oh, I want to watch that. That looks super good.
I'm
See, I had a feeling you're gonna feel the way that I feel.
Because he's
about
racist.
We are too.
It's the blue eyes. You can't trust them. They're just
shifting.
yeah.
It's blue eyes, white privilege. Over there.
Blue eyes, white privilege. The heart of the cards. Blue eyes, white privilege.
well, I actually get an extra heart because.
So what do you think?
Okay, so I'm
after seeing the
cautiously
trailers.
optimistic. I saw the trailer once or twice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second trailer just because I don't want to see any more images.
Yeah.
The way my brain works, images
Don't
get
do
caught in my head really easily.
Yeah.
Especially sequences of images.
Yeah.
Which is why I love film so much. But when I watch trailers, I then start to look for those moments in the film and I start to guess plot.
Right.
Same. You
So
start to
I
build
just-
the film around what you've seen. It's like, so based on what I saw, and how movies typically tend to go,
Exactly.
and what I know from the comic books,
Yeah,
like,
it can kind of ruin the
it's a
experience
rabbit
for
hole.
me.
You just go down, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was actually, it was funny, I was more excited after the first trailer than I was the second trailer. When I saw the first trailer, I was super excited.
Yeah.
And then I saw the second trailer, and I was like, there are parts, like, watching them, like, they may have gone in a direction I didn't want them to go with this, and I don't know. So now I'm with you, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Because I know how Marvel runs its films.
Yeah.
Which is very machine-like.
Yeah.
But then again, you've got Ryan Coogler, who I am a huge fan of.
Yes.
He's already he's 2 for 2.
This is third film.
This is third film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is at least going to be fine.
And they're all with Michael B. Jordan.
If it wasn't with him, concerned.
Oh, God.
He's he's the Jack Sparrow. Or no,
Golden Goose? What?
No, fuck. I can't even think about it now. Johnny
one
Depp
time you're not
to Tim Burton.
Yes.
He's the Johnny Depp to
Scorsese to DiCaprio.
Yes.
Well, Scorsese goes through periods because it was
yes.
De Niro.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, like he'll pick an actor and be like, we're gonna do like 4 phenomenal movies that are gonna change the way cinema is viewed, and then he goes to another one, we're gonna do 4 phenomenal movies that are gonna change the way cinema is viewed.
And it's so interesting.
And
too,
it always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you look at a movie like Silence and you're like, who is in? Like you've got Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver. Anyway,
He's
that's
testing out new ones.
Sorry. Tangent.
Yeah.
So I'm again cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler, I feel like he's going to do a fine job, but I just hope it doesn't turn into one of the more lackluster ones for me.
Yeah.
I know about, again, images that are stuck in my head. I know about certain images from the second trailer that have me concerned.
Yeah.
Just, I unfortunately saw, like, the one image that I didn't want to see because it confirmed.
No, go ahead. Fuck him.
Is it okay?
That's okay. No, it's fine.
Okay. The fact
Say
that I saw 2 people in Panther outfits.
Okay, yeah,
and that is unfortunate for me because they do that all the time with these films where they have the bad guy being. What?
There was 3. There was 3 Panther outfits.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know this.
There was.
Dude, okay, fuck it.
There's.
You already knew that. We're not saying that you don't know.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
And then it's his brother. The bad guy.
Oh, not his brother.
I don't know.
Well, whatever.
No, Eric Killmonger's not
And
his
then
brother.
there's
You racist?
And then there's a chick. That's what
I mean, he
told
is
me.
a brother.
That's what he told me.
I didn't tell you
Yeah,
that.
you did.
They're gonna change the name of the movie to Two Brothers. It's just
Two brothers.
It's just two brothers running from Thanos. Just two brothers. And then the Infinity Gauntlet came, and then there was
Mexican Armada.
And then the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's called Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
That's it.
And then the sequel, Three Brothers.
Wait, and then there was a chick in the suit.
And then there's a chicken in a
There's a
suit?
chicken.
Well, there's a suit.
Chicken
Okay.
soup.
But it's not the no.
Regardless, I saw 2 of them fighting each other.
Yes.
And these movies have a problem of, at least with their first ones, pitting the hero against the exact same dude.
This one doesn't seem like the Marvel machine though. For some reason, it doesn't,
doesn't seem like it to you?
It doesn't seem like
Because it's starting a bunch of black people.
Probably.
Because it's a black
No, but it's different. It's new. No, but even with Thor,
Is there a
like,
color
Thor
palette swap? I don't know what's
Thor
going on
didn't
here.
seem like
Thor didn't seem like
the
a
Marvel like
It seemed
Thor.
like a comedy.
Did you guys like Thor?
It was
I like
okay.
Thor.
I couldn't stop laughing at that
Didn't
movie.
like Thor.
What?
Like at all. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it was just it was a sitcom, man. And I'm like I don't need everyone to tell jokes every scene.
Oh,
like
but come on.
like that's the same thing that I hated about the second
Rock, paper,
Guardians.
scissors.
Like
Dude,
the
the second
first
Guardians was sad.
I hated it.
Yo,
bro.
can we hang out after this?
Dude, yes.
Yeah, no, I want to.
So we're just gonna watch movies together.
All right, yeah,
Just-
please.
No, you should.
Well, in 6 months.
In 6 months, yeah. When I get back in 6
Can
months.
we
Um,
go on like a binge and watch every single Marvel movie?
I thought you were going to ask me on a date and I was going to be
No,
like, yeah.
except the second
I will
Thor
take you
movie.
out
yeah,
tonight.
no,
Except
but like
the second Thor movie.
because the first Guardians I loved because there was a balance, right? So there was
Right.
like Peter Quill
was
and like
funny.
Rocket, like they were funny, and then you had like Groot with the I Am Groot, which
Yeah, that's serious.
yeah, which also because I knew nothing about Guardians
Same.
before this, so I don't know if you know this. The reason why Groot can only say I am Groot is because his species has a natural degenerative disease that eventually degrades their intellect till all they can say is I am Groot. Like their species originally can talk like normal people, but the disease eats away at their mental capacity,
Oh my
and
goodness.
the only sentences they can form is I am Groot.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
look,
nuts.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
I did
Found
not
that.
know
Yeah,
that.
found that
And
out
I
the
read
other
the
day.
comics.
Yeah,
I
was-
got into it after the movies.
yeah. I was interneting because I don't have time to like go out buy
Yeah,
and read
exactly.
stuff. So I'm just like, all right, when there's something I'm really interested, in, I'm just
Just
like
wiki that shit.
I'm like for hours. I go
That's
super
what I did
deep.
with, like, I was always, like, a kind of fan of One Piece.
Yeah.
And then I got into, like, the lore.
Yeah.
And now I've almost finished the whole thing. Oh,
Well,
not finished,
yeah.
it's still going.
Yeah.
But I've gotten, like, caught up to it.
Yeah, which is because it's a long running. So,
but
but anyway,
it's
so with the first one, yeah. So like, but then like Drax, Gamora, and Nebula, all like they were like serious characters, and like there wasn't. But then in the second one, everyone was a comedian.
And
if I
Drax
heard
gets
Drax
his, like,
laugh, if I heard Drax laugh one more time, that dude, it's like every 5 minutes he was doing that laugh, and I was just like, nigga, shut up.
One more
Like
time,
I
bro.
couldn't. But yeah, everyone,
Please.
and even like it's like I get like when you hang out with people, you tend to adopt some of the mannerisms. But this movie took place almost directly after the first.
Yeah.
there wasn't like there's not a long period of time between the first and the second one. If there was like 2 or 3 years, but like it's pretty right after.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not enough time for Gamora to all of a sudden become just like Peter Quill.
Yeah.
Like especially Gamora. You know what I mean? And
Well, they
after-
also had, I mean, it wasn't necessarily
Funny, because
her
that's what it
cracking
seemed like to me.
real jokes,
It seemed like
but there
this-
were still jokes with her. But
Yeah.
Nebula too
Yeah.
had jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody was
Everyone's
throwing
because
shit
it
out
was
there.
like all of a sudden like people like that we tell jokes in our movies, so now
Yeah.
everyone's
Everyone's
jokes
gotta
in our
tell
movies.
Everyone
Yeah.
tell a joke today.
So and then fucking the way that fucking Ego died like
Yeah.
was so dumb. It's like I'm gonna put a bomb on your brain, but like even though you can sprout. Like you built your planet and you can control every aspect of it. You can't pick the brain off or the bomb off your
Yeah.
brain with like a tentacle. Why?
See, there's okay.
There's gotta be a weakness.
Unfortunately, like there's
I know.
there's a certain
God.
point
Not
that
to
I've
God.
gotten to with a lot of films where it's if I keep nitpicking, I may just end up saying like the whole movie shouldn't happen because if he had talked to this person.
No, but for me but like everything else, like I can like whatever.
I do
but
understand that there are.
That one thing was like, that was your master plan. I was like, I would have liked it better if like Peter went into the brain and like started to destroy it from the inside out.
Right. Yeah.
And like that was his fight to like, he's like, I have to get in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm the only one that can destroy it. Right. And so the fight was to be able to get him there so that he could use his like. I would have much preferred that, but just
I guess not to have the joke of baby Groot's gonna go do it. Bam, bloop.
Yeah,
like,
it's all
he didn't hit the button. They have 5 minutes.
That's more of the thinking, like you were saying, of like what do we do to service more jokes? Rather than service a like
so that so he can like create a Pac-Man and all that stuff. And I was like, I mean, I guess it's cool, but you know,
people in the audience go, "Oh, the Pac-Man!"
Yeah, fucking like that's what.
Well, what I love is
also I hate when people clap in movie theaters. Just FYI, that shit fucking.
What I love is some of the YouTubers that I watch that do news, kind of like Phil DeFranco. They always make fun of whenever they talk about like trailers for new movies, of like nerd movies especially. They're like, I can't like they were talking about what's it called? Ready Player One.
Yeah.
And they're like they were talking to each other saying, I can't wait to be in the movie theater and just watch all the people in the audience turn to each other like, hey, do you know who that guy is? Because they're gonna do that all the time. Like people are just gonna be like,
I mean,
hey, that's a Gundam.
I mean, I did that to him when we were watching the trailer. I was like, is that motherfucking like?
I get it like with trailers, but when you're going the whole movie, by going like, hey, that's the dude who did the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if
which is why I like going with you guys when you guys have like your like your employee screenings.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, you know, it's just us. Like,
you're just.
I'm not disrupting a bunch of people.
It's
like. Well, that's why I loved. Sorry to cut you off. The what was it? Oh goodness. I think
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
When I want to go watch Star Wars, like, it really pissed me off because this fucking old lady sat next to us. Like, I bought the tickets. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, fucking buying the tickets, whatever. Because like I took my girlfriend to school. I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta kill 4 hours. So we went to go watch Star Wars with one of my other friends. And when I bought the tickets, we went to AMC. It's like you can see that everything is empty. Like I'm like, okay, pick the seats in the back row, whatever. I don't care. Like back the further. He's like, the further back the better. And this lady had to sit right fucking next to us, like not even a seat over, right next to us.
So weird.
And it's like there was only 2 other people in the fucking theater. It was her and like a billion fucking kids.
Yeah. She needed a buddy.
And I was like, I'm one of those people like,
movie.
okay, the theater's empty. Like, I'm gonna make little comments, and she kept turning over. She's like, hey, you guys be quiet. Like, hey, you guys be quiet. And I'm like, bitch, the fucking theater's empty. Yeah. Move, or I'm gonna fucking throw your ass.
Yeah, it's like this is why I came to this showing.
No, like, dude, she was old. She had to be like at least 1 million.
Wow!
At the very least,
that's the ripe old age of 1 million.
She's like gaseous now. She's not even solid.
I mean,
but there's still glasses.
But if she is 1 million, I would listen to everything she said.
That's
like,
true.
Because how did you get to?
Did you know Pringles came from rhinoceroses? Yeah.
You can't even.
Got him. Got him.
It's even that.
I thought you were hitting your head on the floor.
That got him.
They got him. Pringles came from rhinoceroses.
No, the way he said it, where he just kept going louder and louder. I was like, oh god. When does it end?
That's what people do when they want you to know something. They just talk louder, and the more they talk louder, then you're like, you'll get it. Did you know Martin Luther King had sex with men and women? I didn't know that, Grandma. Thanks.
She's getting close to you too. She's just like
it's just like an alien.
But yeah, anyway, like that really pissed me off because it was my friend, it was me. There was like a couple, maybe like 3 rows in front of us, and then there was this lady with like 2 kids right next to her, like literally sitting. Like she could have scooted over, she could have gone 2 rows in front, 2 rows in back, whatever. But no, she fucking sat there and kept like, "Hey, you guys, be quiet. You guys, shut up. You guys, zip it."
On the opposite end of that, it's the best thing to sell the tickets. When you see somebody, like, when you look at the screen, somebody comes up to you like, I'd like 2 for Thor, and I'm like, all right, cool. Where do you want to sit? Right here. All right, cool. Single person comes up, I'd like 1 for Thor. I'm like, all right. So where would you like to sit? There. And you pause for a second, going, that is literally right next to the people who just sat there. That'll be hilarious. Sure thing, sir. There you go.
A single guy.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk to you a little bit? Like,
well, I will say this. There are
you guys want some
there are
popcorn?
2 times I've seen movies. One was in Jumanji, and one was when I was watching Frozen. That kids made the movie even better by their commentary.
Oh yes.
So for Frozen, and I don't know if you guys have seen Frozen.
Yeah.
So I hated
Who hasn't
Frozen.
seen Frozen?
See, I hated Frozen though because
Yeah.
I love Disney because of the music. Because Disney is like movies with musical numbers,
Yeah.
but Frozen was a musical where like the
Movie
music,
numbers.
yeah, with movie pieces. So like, but like I was just like that's not where I really wanted.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting
Exactly.
it, but. So like literally, it was like the 4th or 5th song in the movie, which is like in the first 20 minutes. There's this little girl like 2 seats over from me. She just goes, "Not again!" And I died. I was like, I could enjoy the rest of this movie now because I know this little girl.
She's gonna be like, this is
And
terrible.
she had to be like 9 or like 8. And,
This is bad.
yeah. And so I was like, cool. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the movie. And the next one was when we went to see Jumanji, and they made a dick joke. I don't remember which one it was. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Was it the
Yeah.
when she and Jack Black?
handle.
Yeah, or so. Yeah, I think it was something like
It has
that.
a
Yeah.
handle. I think was that it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But the point is, they were making a dick joke, and some kid just goes like, because everyone in the theater started laughing, and this kid's just like, "What? I don't get it."
And then you get your mom's like, shh.
Yeah, she's like, "Shh, quiet.
Shut up.
And then I immediately thought to every time when I was a kid, and I
When the
like
joke passes by.
right past you, and you see when you're older, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she blew him."
It was a
It's
That's
like-
what happened.
SpongeBob is watching porn. Right now.
Yes.
What's happened with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? The first
my
one,
God.
when he gives the woman the dog bat, and she's like, "You want me to take off your pants?" And he's like, "Sure," and he grabs the ceiling and doing. I had no idea what that was when I first saw that movie.
I just realized that.
Yeah, had no clue. And then I saw it when I was older, and I was like, "Oh, she's blowing him." Got it. That's
Everything went-
hilarious.
I feel like space and time just like now we can end it and the world explodes.
I was the kid for probably a whole theater's worth of people
Yeah.
one time. Do you remember Mighty Joe Young?
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
yeah.
Well, no.
Actively.
No?
About a monkey.
It's another
or
big
a
gorilla movie.
Sorry, it's a primate.
It's
not
a
monkey.
big gorilla
It's a baby
film.
Kong, basically.
Yeah. He's like 20 feet tall. I don't know. He's big.
Think
So,
Rampage, but like not as big.
yeah. Think Rampage with less rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Theron.
So when I was watching that as a kid, I at the isn't the climax where he's on like a Ferris wheel or something
Yeah.
like
Sure.
that? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right. Like Ferris Bueller goes like, "Are you cute?"
I didn't see the movie. Yep. That's the part.
All right.
Yeah, that's the part.
Confirmed. So I was watching that part as a kid, and I got up on the seat and went, "Jump, Joe, jump!" But I just did that and then sat back down. It's like my parents reference that all the
That's
time.
amazing. Yeah.
But I was probably that for a
I would
bunch
be
of people in the
like,
theater.
this kid loves the movie.
Yeah.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
Jump, Joe.
Well,
Jump.
that's what I think, in a way, parents also hope for with Disneyland and things like that.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to bring my kids to this so I can go through them. I
Yeah.
did that with my cousin's kids.
Yeah.
Just this past year, and it was a lot of fun just having fun with them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It definitely elevates the experience.
So yeah, but that was really funny. I don't even know how we got there.
No, it's
Did I interrupt
good.
you? I think were we gonna say something in the middle of that?
I probably forgot.
I feel like I saw you about to, and I was just like, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'll get back to him.
No. I think this is
Why did you do that?
He wants to replace the battery because it's an Apple.
It's a battery
No, I'm
case.
just kidding. the whole thing with the Apple.
yeah.
Did you hear how
Yeah.
much one of the
It's
lawsuits for $999 billion? Yeah, someone's suing them for almost $1 trillion.
Why?
One of the class
fucked.
action lawsuits.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that so that each person gets a certain amount of money?
I don't know. I have
There's no way they have that
it's
much.
probably because I think for a lot of these class actions, it's you just go for broke. You go as big as you can, and then
So
they'll
then you go
settle.
down.
Yeah. But when I read
We'll settle
that,
for $1,000.
yeah. So I think it was 900. I think it was almost $1 trillion.
It's probably
I wanna
ridiculous.
say,
Yeah.
So yeah. I really do want to say that, but I don't. I feel like
Everybody replace your phone batteries. iPhone 6 and up.
Oh,
Replace your
mine is
fucking
right
phone.
now.
Replace your phone battery if your phone has been acting like shit. So,
Wallet.
So yeah, I think now is a good time to end it. We've gone for a while now, but it's been
long
super
yeah.
enjoyable.
Sorry.
No, totally fun.
no.
It's been great. So yeah, just I guess the name is now to be
999.
determined.
I think,
$200.
We'll just, so we'll let you know next time what the name is. And thank you everybody for watching and listening and all that. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. And thank you guys for having me
for
on.
joining us.
I won't
I
won't be back for 6 months.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves.
We didn't even introduce
Hey,
ourselves.
there's still more recent
Tail
Tail
introduction. We'll do a tail introduction. I've been Chris. This has been
Hi, I'm Andrew.
This has been Andrew. This has been Abel.
Abel.
This has been Daniel. And this has been
Travis.
special guest Travis.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in
Hey,
6 to
oatmeal.
8 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's to a beautiful 2018. Hopefully.
No.
Why did you
That's a great place to end it right
He
there.
doesn't have the heart of
Clap
the cards.
safe.